What's up everyone, Headscutter here. First of all, welcome to the first part of Head-On's Fury Warrior tutorial. On this part, I'll be discussing about warriors in general. I will be giving you some tricks, rotation, and suggestions how to do your DPS. Now I'm just gonna start DPSing on this dummy. As you can notice here, I'm generating less rage than usual. It's cause I'm playing on Molten-WoW and the rage part on dummies is kinda bugged. So the basic rotation for a warrior without using the Rend Macro is Death Wish followed by a Whirlwind, Bloodthirst, Slam if it's procced, if not then use Heroic Throw, use Recklessness when you have all your procs up, and your DPS normally keep going like this without the Rend Macro of course. The warrior's main gear is plate, but you cannot reach your caps with armor penetration and critical without using agility gear. So take a look at my gear. As you can see, I have 5 agility pieces. You must use agility to reach the critical cap, which is 55%. Then you'll start doing better DPS. I have 56 and my armor penetration is in 100% because I stopped playing here, so I'm kinda lazy to go there and change my gems. And it's kinda, you will need some mail gear or even leather gear. You can get your offset by using leather or mail too, and agilities. Now there's two types of meta gems that fits a warrior. Chaotic Skyflare Diamond and Relentless Earth Siege Diamond. Relentless Earth Siege Diamond will give you 21 agility and 3% increased critical damage. The chaotic one will give you 21 critical and increase 3% critical damage. I would prefer the chaotic one, but you need 2 blue gems to meet this requirement. So I have one on my Crypt Maker, 10 strength, 15 stamina, and on my chest I have the 10 all stats on. Don't put a blue gem on an agility item because it will give you the socket bonus will be agility. So we prefer strength, it will be better for us. If you have 2 crypt makers, then put 10 all stats on one and 10 strength, 15 stamina on the other, and put anything you want on the chest. Alright, now Deathbringer's Will has 3 procs. Speed of the vehicle, which will give you haste rating, Strength of the Tonka, which will give you strength, and Aim of the Dwarves, which will give you critical. Now the rotation is to use when you recklessness when you have all your procs up, with one exception. If you have the Aim of the Dwarves, the critical proc, don't use recklessness because you will have like 62% critical or 64 without the Aim of the Dwarves. When you get the 700 critical from it, you'll have like 72% critical. So in my opinion, it's kind of vain to waste recklessness now. It doesn't really worth it because you will crit almost all the times. So save recklessness when you have the next Sharpened Twilight Scale buff. Now to DPS with the Rend Macro, it requires you first to have Glyph of Rending, and the DPS rotation will be like this: Death Wish, Whirlwind, Bloodthirst, then click the Rend Macro as fast as possible. You will be back to Berserker stance, use Heroic Throw, then Bloodthirst will be ready to use. About the Rend Macro and Glyph, I use them for all the ICC bosses except Deathbringer Swordfang. This is the only boss that the guild leader or raid leader will test your DPS on it. Since it's not a moving fight, you will stay on your place and DPS in the boss while the ads spawns and you will do your AoEs. So I use Glyph of Cleaving on it. Now many people use Glyph of Cleaving for all the bosses, because there's a lot of bosses that we don't even need to use cleave. and this is useless. You can go for Glyph of Execution if you want, but it's not worth, because Execute ability is only active at 20% of the boss health, and it's the last skill on our rotation. You can't override it on Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, or Slam, and the Glyph will increase the damage of Execute by 380 damage only, so it's useless. In my opinion, just go for Glyph of Rending. Now here's some battlefield testing. The right thing on Rend to do when you want to make the macro is to use it all over the boss. Never stop. Every time it's about to fade, just refresh it on the boss. But that day I couldn't because I was terribly lagging. Okay, this was for Rot Face. Now a cool trick that I will teach you on Deathbringer boss is don't use Recklessness when you get all your procs up. Wait for it before the mob spawn for 5 seconds or 4 seconds. Use Recklessness, use Bloodthirst, you'll have 2 stacks left. Use Heroic Strike, 1 stack left. When the mob spawn, use your Whirlwind and you'll get 8 criticals. Here's the test.